My friends, welcome back to my cryptocurrency YouTube channel where I review coins and tokens, give you my honest opinion. I'm not an expert, not a financial advisor, but I just give it to you straight about how I feel about things. So today, I am going to do a coin review. Sometimes I do news, sometimes I do other things, but today I'm going to do a coin review. And this I was looking at the market. It's pretty bad right now. I mean, if you look at the previous low, which was around February 6th, it got down to 332 billion is what it looks like, and we're roughly at 365 billion. So it's hurting right now. Anybody who's been in the crypto space is we're holding on. But so I went to the main page and I was looking around and I'm seeing a sea of red, like it's kind of been. You got NIM here, it's gone up, but NIM is a little bit more popular. So I try to start to find, me personally, when I look for coins to review, I try to find coins that I don't know much about, so I learn at the same time. So it's kind of like a double whammy. I'm like, hey, I learned something, and then I share with you guys what I learned. I can't find everything. I can't find all the details. I just don't have enough time in the day between work. I got 3 kids, and I try to, be with them and feed them and then put them to bed, and then usually it's at the end of the night where I do my research, do a video. So, I do the best I can, guys. But I'm scrolling through, I see a sea of red, and I come down to, where did I find it? We're going to find, here we go. Sirin Labs token. Now, it was higher a little bit ago. It's at 9.31% increase, but I think it might have been at 20% increase, and I was like, okay. I don't know what this is. It's in the green. Everything else is kind of in the red for the most part, so let me take a look and see what it's about. And again, the reason why I'm closing tabs, guys, is because my computer kind of lags out if I had too many things open at once, so I kind of open it and close it as we go. So Sirin Labs token, it's roughly now at 67 cents, 10% up. It said 9% on the front, 10%. It fluctuates all the time. And you can see here, I guess maybe on this date, right, January 22nd, which makes sense. The market was up then. It was almost at, well, no, not almost. It was $3.46. So if you bought in at all-time highs, you're not a happy camper right now. But never fear. I think this one will be interesting as time goes on. I assume. If you look at the volume when it first started, so let's see, when it first came out on CoinMarketCap, roughly December 27th, about 74 cents. It dropped a little bit, kind of eventually went up. But if you look over here, you can see down in here, you can see that the volume has started to increase again. I don't know what the latest news is that might have caused this jump to occur, but you're looking at it roughly 36 million and change for the volume, or I guess right here, 35 million. So that's, not too bad. Total supply is 573 million. Total circulating supply is about half of that. Let's look at the markets. So you got Bittrex, Upbit, Liqui, a couple other ones on here. Not on Binance, not on Qcoin. So there's opportunity if it hits those eventually. That would be nice. A little bit more volume and eyeballs. I am going to still go into what I always do. I always try to cover the web metrics and the social metrics kind of in the front end to knock those out, get those out of the way. And the reason why I focus on that is because I personally put a lot of clout into how much visibility does it have, how much is it moving, if it's moving faster and faster and faster, and I can see an uptick. Therefore, I think, okay, more eyeballs potentially equals more volume to be thrown at it, which is more money. Hopefully, potentially, that also means the price might go somewhere upward maybe instead of going downward. Real quick, just to show you, Sirin is basically, you're going to have a couple different things. It's going to be a token or a coin. Oh no, it's a token. There you go. It's a token. They have 2 smartphones. They have a computer and an operating system and its own blockchain. So it's kind of an interesting concept. Let's first look at pull this out here. So their website, roughly it hit about 1.2 million in December, but I believe that's also because their token sale ended December 26th. That makes sense. They had a lot of publicity around that time frame. They received $157 million, so that's a pretty decent token sale right in there. I've seen, obviously we've had Telegram who almost hit, 800 million, I think it was, but still, that's sizable. That's nice. That's definitely very good. Let's go ahead and look at their Twitter real quick. 11,700 and change. It claims to be around since February 2016. So I would definitely say if that is true, if it has gone back that far, I wish this was higher. Their Telegram, actually, let me just cover this real quick. Social Blade shows here's their growth on a daily basis. So, slow, steady growth. This was kind of interesting here. So I had to actually double check this. The readers, I just subscribed myself, so it bumped up. This is on a incognito tab, so it won't show it, but it just bumped up 1. So their readers are a lot less than the actual people on right now. I don't know why you have double the amount of people looking and they haven't subscribed, but I've never actually had that happen when I reviewed a token or a coin. Usually this is a lot lower and the amount of people subscribed is a lot higher. Well, there's more than 100% people here compared to the amount of people subscribed here. So that's pretty interesting, kind of different. You can see here that there's just been a nice, slow, steady growth, just day after day after day up, but still 890 is pretty low in comparison to what I have seen out there in the past. All right, so let's go ahead and just hop in to see what this is about. Down here, you got a couple different key points or tabs, if you will. Shows where they're listed on all the different exchanges, so immediately you can see, it links out to them. So you can immediately see where you can buy them. Oh, by the way, their Telegram, they had about 10,400 and change. So they're that's not bad. Maybe the majority of people hang out there rather than Reddit and Twitter in comparison. So Finny, it's a little bit, well, not totally confusing. They have a Finny phone, which is this, and then they have a Finny computer, which I don't think the computer's out yet. I'll have to double check as we scroll down to look. It's claiming that the phone itself will be $999. You can have a 10% discount of about $100, 10% of that, for 50. No, here's your down payment. You have to do 50 of the token for a down payment, and then I'm assuming if you buy it with or pre-order it with these tokens, you can get a 10% discount. I do not know when they're actually launching this and putting it out to the public, but there is another phone that they have right here, Sirin, which is pretty pricey, and you have a pretty decent discount, but at the same time too, $10,000 for a phone is a pretty darn expensive phone. My biggest concern would be what happens if I drop that thing. Now, what I have researched, it looked like, I don't know if it was this phone or the other phone, had the Gorilla 4 glass on it, which, I know that it's more, what's the word I'm looking for here? When you drop it, not as fragile, but at the same time too, I would be concerned about not having like a case to put over a $10,000 phone, so that would be my concern. Oh, real quick, I actually forgot. I want to do this at the very beginning. I meant to, totally forgot. I don't edit my videos, so I'm going to throw this in. Just want to give a shout out where a shout out's due. I noticed on a couple of my videos, I kept getting these comments from a guy named Crypto Judge, and every single one was like a super nice comment, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Well, this latest one, 21 hours ago, he said, thanks for the video, gave you a shout out on my video just uploaded. I was like, oh, okay. So I went over to his page, and he's just like me. He's new, he's fresh, just getting started out, and he put me in my top 5 crypto YouTubers, and definitely, sure enough, here I am, right around 11 minutes in here. So totally awesome. Definitely going to give a shout out back. I really appreciate all the love. I'm trying to grow my channel. He's trying to grow his channel. So go ahead and give this guy definitely subscribe. It's called The Crypto Judge. So just want to let you know, I saw your video. Really appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. Sorry. Okay. Back to where we were. Oh, that's a secret over there. So we'll go back to that. So you got the phone. Phone number 1, that's fairly cheap in comparison. Phone number 2, which is pretty darn pricey, and I really hope they have some life-proof case that comes out with it, because I would be scared to walk around with a $10,500 phone. And then number 3, they have this all-in-one PC, which is roughly supposed to sell around $799, and we'll see that in a moment. I don't know when this is coming out just yet. I'll have to look into that. I couldn't find the answer. And then they have their own operating system for their peer-to-peer resource sharing with a built-in cold storage crypto wallet and distributed ledger consensus. So what are they trying to do? And like I said before, they have a token. That token can be used to buy these products, to help, I believe that also to buy any other future products that they come out with, and have a decentralized, I think they're going to have a decentralized app, I don't know if they're going to have an app marketplace per se, a decentralized app store, because they talk about that in their white paper. So if you watch, okay, I've watched all these videos. This is the only one I didn't fully finish. I watched it maybe till about 8 or 10 minutes in, and the whole entire concept, or the vision that the CEO kept talking about, he kept saying, you know, it's too complicated right now between the normal people that really aren't in crypto, that don't care that much about it. They just want it to work. Meaning, and he talked about, he's like, if I get into a car and I push the gas pedal, I don't care how that works and it gets me to point A to point B. I just want to go from point A to point B and have the car work like it says it's supposed to work. And he goes, that's what we want to bring to the masses for blockchain. And so if that's their vision, I'm 100% supportive of that. Not everybody is going to care about blockchain, guys. Not everybody's going to care about crypto and all those other things. But if you can hand them a phone and be like, hey, take this phone, you can have secure messages, you can have peer-to-peer stuff, you can have, be able to buy things, decentralized apps in one spot using one token, using these exchanges. Here's your hard wallet's built in or your cold wallet's built in, and it's all on this phone, and you can use it just like a normal phone and, search for things and call. I mean, that makes sense. And he talked about, he's like, every single person pretty much, well, not every person in the world, but more people in the world nowadays they have like a mobile phone, which is a computer, rather than just a desktop. Like that, this is the future, obviously, and it makes sense to me. Why not? They also have a video in here that shows where they can have two phones, Sirin phones, or Finny phones. Finny? Is that what it's called again? Whatever it's called, the Finny. Yeah, Finny. There you go. The Finny phones, and you can transfer power between the two. So I'm assuming it's like if one phone's dead, you can immediately transfer power over to the other one. I don't know why that's a big ordeal. And then at the same time, too, it sounds like two people have to have the same type of phone. So until that occurs where the mass public has those phones, I don't know how important that is. But they made a video about it. So that's that. Plus, it does the peer-to-peer transferring. So it's more than just a battery. It ties into other things. Their mission, current generation of smartphones, comprises of user security. So again, they go into the security of everything is too non-secure. Why not put everything through the blockchain? Finny devices are the first cyber-protected, blockchain-enabled mobile phone and PC. They enjoy the functionality of an Android operating system plus a suite of cybersecurity technologies giving users safe, reliable access to the blockchain. So again, very, very important in my opinion. If you think about it, more and more hackers are going to be trying to hack into your phone because it is a computer system, rather than caring about your desktop as much, because we live on these phones. The guy even talked about in the video, he's like, the first thing you do when you wake up, you get on your phone, or look at it. The last thing you do before you go to bed, you're looking at your phone. And that's probably true for a lot of people. So, hackers want to get into your phone, and the more secure they are, the better off we are anyways. Let's see, we're down at this one here. Finny devices form an independent blockchain network, a distributed ledger, both scalable, lightweight, powered by a feeless DLC and Sirin Labs security ecosystem. Finny is free from centralized backbones and mining centers, capable of providing fast, feeless, and secure transactions. So, if that's true, I don't know what the speed is for the transactions, but feeless obviously makes me happy. If it's fast, that makes me happy too. If it's secure, that makes me even happier. So all those three things combined, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Nano, for example. They're fast, they're feeless, and I think one of the things that people have argued with that about is, what's the opportunity for the adoption of that particular token or coin? So if you throw them a phone and now all of a sudden that's like what they're going to go to, it's fast, it's feeless, it's secure, the adoption side of things, I think, is going to be much faster. Finny devices will run on Sirin Labs' open source operating system, Sirin OS. This is designed to support inherent blockchain applications such as crypto wallets, secure exchange access, encrypted communications, and peer-to-peer resource sharing ecosystem for payment, apps, and supported Sirin token. Kind of a little drawing in here that kind of explains, how their system's going to work. So your payment service, your computer, phone, etc. So here are the products. I'm assuming it's coming in 3 different colors for the minute. Gives you the specs on it. I didn't really pay that much attention to the specs because I haven't bought a phone in ages. I need a new phone. My phone's all jacked up and cracked. They talk about full tamper-proof for the blockchain. secure communications, voice over IP, text, email, 3-factor authentication, biometric, lock pattern, behavioral, and it's about $100,000. And then if you buy it with the token, or I guess do the prepayment, you get 10% off. So it'd be $899. For the PC, here's the PC here. $799 is the target price. So I don't think they've actually pushed it out yet. I don't know if it's like built in, kind of like a Google Chrome box or something, like where it's kind of like built into the system. But I don't see like a tower per se. So I don't know if this is just a picture and they're just going to add more to it. But they talk about GPU, CPU, and RAM can be added through the Sirin Labs peer-to-peer resourcing, a resource sharing protocol. I don't see anything special about this just yet, other than they're going to have it maybe very secure. The storage is pretty small. The RAM memory is, it's enough for if you're just doing basic internet surfing, then this is fine enough. So I don't really know that much about this because that's all I could really find on the PC. But it sounds like that'll be the next thing. But I think their main focus is going to be their phone first, which to me, that makes sense. I would go after that first too. Technology, they talk about cyber protection, block shield, and it's just kind of reiteration again about everything that they're trying to do with is protection, feeless, the store, and everything's going to be tied into the apps. Their partner status, alignment, banker, the messy management. So this is interesting. I don't know when this got added to the website because I just found the website today. But over here on their Reddit, it was pasted today or 12 hours ago. Hey guys, I found this picture posted on Twitter with the tag of SRN. Is this a legit messy Twitter page? Well, it's not the actual messy Twitter page. It's the fan club, but it came out today. And what's funny enough is I didn't actually know this when I was starting to make the video or when I researched for the video. I just happened to stumble upon this as I went through Reddit. I was like, oh, okay. So if this is legit, that's a pretty interesting connection for them to have. But then again, take it with a grain of salt. It is on a fan page. I don't know how legit this is, but let me go back to here. But it is, I'm assuming, let's just double check here. I've never been to this website. Maybe it's real. I don't really know what the partnership entails. But I guess it's not a bad person to have. It's always good to have extra publicity from celebrities. So there you go on that. Maybe it's true. All right. So the roadmap. So 2014 is when they were established. They did their first prototype in 2015. 2016, they did a launch event. The crowd sale, which occurred on, December 29th, 26th, December-ish, somewhere in there of last year. They did a crowd sale, 25 million. 157 million is what they got, and they basically, I'm assuming at these stages they would have put money towards this, or maybe they're saying that's what it's going to cost. I don't really know technically what they mean by this breakdown here, but the phone concept study, which it looks like one is available now, the other one is still on not back order, but pre-selling right now. And then obviously, like we saw, that the PC is not out yet. Concept exploration, crowd sale preparation. So you're right in here. 2018. That's one I can't click on this. I should have opened up the white paper for you guys because I think it went into more detail there. So let's go down first to the chairman, CEO, the founders, and then the team here. So don't know how to pronounce his name, but here's his LinkedIn here. And you can see he's tied to a lot of different companies as investors or a board member. So I like that. I like that a lot. He's not just some fly-by-the-night guy who came out of nowhere, who has no business background whatsoever. He's got a lot of connections. Investor.com, Sirin Labs, that's his. Store. That's to me, I like to see those connections. I talk about it every time. The ability to pick up the phone. If you look at his advisors, co-founder of Ethereum, father of Voice over IP, Monage, founder and CEO, and then first investor of Twitter, co-founder of Bancor, co-founder of General Partner and at Knightsbridge Capital, CEO of Celsius Network, former CTO of Sony Mobile, So I'd imagine that's a huge help when it comes to the phone side of things. So you got eight advisors in total. Their team, there's a lot of people. I didn't go through all these guys because there's like 30, it's either 39 or 49 people on this team. I think it's 39. So it's a ton of people. Android developers to, let's see, strategic partners, 3D visualizers. I mean, they've just gone in social media. So they've tapped into everything. So it's, I really like to see the fact that they are tying a ton of people into this and trying to make it like a legitimate business. In the media here, and then they go through the frequently asked FAQs. I can never say that phrase very well. Let's go ahead and let's see here. I'll open up the white paper. Let me look for the roadmap real quick. Oops, if I can spell. Alright, so let's see. So first half of 2018, device deployment. Sirin OS beta release of the SDK for dApps for developers, establish a product line, which they basically already have is what it looks like. Just triple check that. Yeah, I mean, buy now. Let's see what it takes me here. So, I mean, it looks like this product is actually legitimately available for purchase at the very moment. And that's the one thing that's kind of interesting. If you think about it this way, I never actually, now that I think about it, not a lot of YouTubers I think about talk about, the revenue side of things and generating revenue when it comes to these coins and tokens. If we look at these publicly traded companies, it's always about like their quarterly reports and their earnings and like how much revenue they've, profit and revenue they've made. And we never talk about that side of things when it comes to crypto, I find. But this company, it looks like they already have like a legitimate product with legitimate connections that they're already, pushing something out there. So they're actually generating revenue back immediately through this product alone, minusing out the crypto space of things. I mean, if this phone's a great phone in general, why wouldn't somebody buy it just in general? I mean, obviously it's very crypto focused. So obviously that's another thing. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention down here. Where did it go? They said they have a partnership with Google. There's no link to it. Granted, these are just links to their actual just main website. So I don't know what their partnership with Google is. In fact, let's see here. Let's see. Need for decentralized apps. Revenues app and Google operating system. Everyone supported us. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really know what their connection to Google is going to be, but if that is true and legitimate, I would hope it would be. Otherwise, I'd hope they wouldn't put it on their actual website. That'll be an interesting connection there to definitely have for Google in some way, shape, or form. I mean, at the end of the day, in a nutshell, it's kind of been covered. They got a phone. They want to be able to host, everything through the phone. The token is used to purchase the phone, purchase other products. The PC will do the same thing. It's much more secure through the blockchain, and the adoption of it, I think, is their key main focus. Like I said, if you get a chance, really do watch this video here because it is the founder, the CEO, and you can kind of see his passion about it. You can see, he describes what their vision is, and I think that right there alone, if you just watch that one video, just this one right here, 50 minutes, 42 seconds long, would pretty much cover almost everything you would want to know about what this particular company and product and what they're trying to do. This video here does kind of go into like, the phone side of things specifically, but this is more of a vision side of things. So it'll be interesting to see. I like the fact that they actually have a real product right now, even though it is pretty expensive. I do wonder, if you lose it, like, okay, right now if you get a hardware wallet like the Ledger Nano or, whatever the other one's called, the Treasure and I guess there's a third one out there. Usually you put those in safe places. Maybe somebody puts in a safe or in a drawer somewhere someplace special or something like that. But this is your phone you're going to have on you 24/7. So there's a high chance of you dropping it or it gets stolen or something to happen to it. So It's kind of scary because if you think about you just carrying around your hardware wallet all the time, most people probably wouldn't do that. So I don't know how the whole system's backed up. I don't know if it's one of those situations where it's like all backed up into the blockchain, and if you lose the phone, then you just buy a new one, plug in the code, and you're good to go. Now, if you, let's say, lose a code, if you need that, just make assumptions, hypothetical situations, and you lose it, what does that mean? So I don't know how that all works, but I think the concept's a very interesting one. I think it's a cool one, and I think from the adoption standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. The phone that's priced around $890 or $1,000, it's close enough, reasonable from a price range that it's okay. The $10,000 one, I don't know about that one. But then again, who knows? I'm not a marketing and sales expert. So I think the concept's very interesting. I like the fact that the team's huge. I like their partnerships that they have. I like the fact that they already have something like a physical product out there that they can actually generate revenue from, and that apparently this has been out for a while before they actually did the ICO. They actually had something viable. I do have, so there are random questions kind of thrown in there between, if you lose the phone, are they make phone cases just to keep it more safe? How does that all really work and play into, I don't know. I'm sure I'll come up with more questions as time goes on, and I'm sure the team will do a decent job as time goes on trying to answer all those issues. But I think it's definitely a coin and token to look into, if nothing else, because it is taking a very different approach, in my opinion, compared to a lot of other ones out there, because the other ones don't have typically physical products. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. If you didn't, please let me know and give me a thumbs down and tell me why so I can fix my videos to move towards what you do want. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Every subscriber definitely helps me out and keeps me moving and motivated. So thanks, guys. Have a great night.